Hello and welcome to the Study Travel News video. I'm Matthew Knott.
And I'm Sam Sequeira, bringing you the latest news.
The headlines this week: associations respond as coronavirus starts to disrupt industry.
Brazilian agency 4U Intercambio closes.
StudyTravel Magazine surveys open with new rewards.
And much more, of course, including quality English and Oxford summer courses.
But first, the coronavirus has begun to impact on the industry as the Chinese government has suspended outbound group travel. A number of airlines have halted or reduced air travel to and from mainland China, and TOEFL and IELTS exams in China have been suspended.
Some cities in Hubei province are in lockdown, and the Chinese New Year holiday season was extended in efforts to contain the spread of the virus. Hosts International, a provider of homestay in UK and Ireland, told StudyTravel Magazine that a number of incoming groups have been cancelled as a result of the ban.
Several associations, including English UK, English Australia, Education New Zealand and the Boarding Schools Association in the UK, have issued advice sheets for members. Australia's Education Minister Dan Tehan has reportedly rebuked some private high schools for asking Chinese students to stay at home even though they display no symptoms of the virus.
There are also concerns for international students that are trapped inside Wuhan, thought to be the centre of the outbreak, with governments exploring evacuation measures. Wuhan University hosts around 2,500 overseas students. Chinese agency association BOSA told StudyTravel Magazine that as agencies were mostly closed for the New Year holidays, it was difficult to assess impact at this stage.
Next up, 4U Intercambio, a Brazilian agency with an office in Ireland, appears to have closed suddenly, leaving several students out of pocket. Local media reports in Brazil report that the police are investigating claims against the company.
From the end of December, clients could not access their bookings online and staff were locked out of systems. The head office has been vacated and the owner has disappeared, according to reports.
The agency began as a specialist for Ireland before branching out to other destinations. Maura Leal, president of Brazilian Agency Association Belta, advised that 4U has never been a member of Belta.
StudyTravel Magazine's annual surveys for agencies and language schools are now open, gathering data on the 2019 business year. Please follow the links from our online story to get involved.
Contributors can access a new range of benefits for completing the surveys, including a free 12-month subscription to the magazine and membership of the exclusive new StudyTravel Stats Club.
How exciting!
It is.
And now for a roundup of some of the other news stories this week. Quality English has announced College of English Language in the USA, BELS, in Malta and St Clair's Oxford in the UK as its newest licensee schools.
Oxford Summer Courses has launched a new suite of short STEM courses in the UK under a new brand of OLabs Education, and two new summer programs at National University of Singapore in Business and Entrepreneurship and Innovation and Technology.
Italian agency association IALCA has announced the second edition of its Salone de Lingua will take place in October this year, an event that the association describes as B+B2C, with agents and schools partnering to meet with students and teachers.
UK summer ELT and sports provider Exportise has announced a long-term exclusive agreement with Arsenal Football Development, the coaching outreach arm of Arsenal Football Club.
The US Department of Homeland Security has published tips for secondary schools to be vigilant to human trafficking, part of its wider Blue campaign to tackle the issue.
Digital financial technology company Wirecard has announced a collaboration with Easy Transfer, the China-based financial services platform, to launch a mobile payment service for Chinese students overseas.
And finally, language exchange and homestay company Lingu has been invited to support the KA2 Erasmability project, part of the EU-funded Erasmus Plus program.
More on all of those stories online, as well as photos from English UK's ELT conference, a Quality English conference in Malaga, and a charitable initiative in Botswana from Good Hope Studies.
Thanks for watching. See you next week.
Goodbye.